Hey everyone, this is the Math Nexus, and today we are going to start with chapter 3, which is indices and surds. So basically, chapter 3, or in fact, the topic indices and surds have been individually removed from the CAI advanced syllabus. However, we are still going to do it because, well, it's one of the fundamental concepts of mathematics. And if you don't know how to solve indices and surds, you're going to find it hard to solve any paper. So just jumping straight in. So, in front of you are some general rules for indices and surds. It's in your book. However, it's really important that you memorize them. Okay, so these are really basic rules. You should know them by now if you're doing add maths. And for example, a to the power m multiplied by a to the power n. So same base and different indexes. So we add the index on the base. Okay, so for example, we have 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 6. So we would say this would be equal to 2 to the power 6 plus 3, which is in return equals to 2 to the power 9. So that's how we solve these type of questions. Same as here, if we have something like 2 to the power 3 divided by 2 to the power 6, it's going to be equals to 2 to the power 3 minus 6, which is equals to 2 to the power negative 2. Okay. These are some basic rules. So again, if we multiply powers, if like we have got a base with a power and it's in a bracket inside another power, we just multiply the powers against different bases, same power, we just multiply the bases and then apply the power on it. Okay, so these basic rules, you just have to memorize them. And again, a to the power 0 is equals to 1, a to the power negative n is equals to 1 to the power 1 divided by a to the power n. So these are some basic rules, and you should know them by now. Uh, some tricky ones I'll tell you. Rule number 8 and rule number 9. For example, we have a to the power 1 over 2, or in fact, we have 4 to the power 1 over 2. So whatever is in the power of 1 over something, you just put it inside a under root. Okay, so this is under root 4. One of us, for example, if this would have been 4 over 1 on 3, it would have been cube root of 4. You get my point? Again, for example, 4 to the power 1 over 6, that would be under root 4 inside a 6 root, whatever you call it. Okay, so that's the thing. Rule number 9 says that a to the power m upon n is equals to a inside the root of n to the power of m. Now, some of you may have understood this and some of you may have been confused on this. But the thing is that when you have something, for example, I'll just give an example with an. So the thing is that if we would, break this up, 2 to the power, for example, 3 over 2. Okay. So we again see that we can connect this to rule number 8, that whatever is in the denominator becomes the root of that number. So we would just break this up and say that a root is applied here, square root. Okay. And then whatever is in the numerator, we say that it is given that power. So under root 2 to the power of 3, that's basically what you will give. So so that it's easier for me, I would say that, for example, 4 to the power 3 over 2. Okay. So I would say that under root 4 to the power of 3. So it's going to be equals to 2 to the power 3, and 2 to the power 3 is equals to 8. So that's how you will solve something like that. Okay, so these are basic rules. You do have to know these rules. Um, and that's basically it. If you just, have a good command on these rules, you know them by heart, you're going to find it easier to solve questions relating indices and surds. Okay, so moving further, we'll just jump straight into the exercise so that we can, further clarify our concepts. So exercise 3.1, question number 1. So for question number 1A, again, we have some really basic questions here. X to the power 5 raised to the power 3. So again, it's if I were to go back and show you, we'll see that what we have got right now is something relating to rule number 3. So if we just follow the same rule again, we'll get x to the power 15. 5 3 is 15. And that's it. That's basically it. No big deal. Again, b, x to the power 7 multiplied by x to the power 9. And that's going to give us x to the power 7 plus 9, which is equals to x to the power 16. For part C, we have x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 8. Or you can say, you can even write it in this way, x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 8. So when two things are dividing, we subtract the power of the numerator from the, of the denominator from the numerator. In the case where the both bases are same. Okay. So for example, if it would have been x to the power 5 divided by y to the power 6. It would have been wrong that I would do some kind of concept. We can't apply the rule here. Okay. So just going forward, x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 8 is equal to x to the power 5 minus 8, which will give me x to the power, what's 5 minus 8? Negative 3. Okay. Going further, for part D, we have under root x to the power 10. Okay. So again, you do have to use your brain here. This may be confusing, but it is not at all. Okay. So it's an under root. That means that it has been applied the power 1 over 2. So we are going to say x to the power 10, which is further raised to the power 1 over 2. So again, and then we have that in brackets. So what we are going to do is simply multiply them. So we are going to get x to the power 5. Okay. For part E, we have x to the power negative 4 in an under root. Okay. So again, x to the power negative 4 multiplied by 1 over 2, which will give us x to the power negative 2. Okay. For part F, we have x to the power negative 3 raised to 5. Okay. That's going to give us x to the power negative 15. Okay, by the way, the thing is that if you're writing something x to the power negative 2 or something, you can even write this 1 over x squared, or in fact, in this case, 1 over x to the power 15. Okay, just to remove this negative symbol, you just reciprocate it. Okay. For example, if you would have something like 1 over x to the power negative 7, that would be equals to x to the power positive 7. Okay, just to keep that in mind. Okay, so for part G, sorry. For part G, we have cube root of x to the power 6. Again, there's a cube root, so we say x to the power 6 is going to be raised to 1 over 3. You just multiply these two values. 6 divided by 3 is equals to 2. So x squared is equals to our answer. For part H, we have x to the power negative 1 squared multiplied by x to the power 1 over 2 multiplied by to raised to the power 8. So it's getting a bit lengthy now, but again, it's still easy. X to the power negative 2 multiplied by x to the power 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. So we are going to get x to the power negative 2 plus 4, and that's going to give us x to the power positive 2. Easy. For part I, we have 3x squared y multiplied by 5x to the power 4 y cube. Okay, again, the thing is you just only multiply the values which are relating to each other. What do I mean by that? Is that we only multiply 3 and 5 because they're integers. So 5 3 is 15. We write it separately, x to the power. So we multiply only the x values. So x squared multiplied by x to the power 4. Again, they are multiplying with each other, so we are going to add their values up. So 4 plus 2 is equals to 6. 15 x to the power 6, y to the power y cube multiplied by y is equals to y to the power 4. So that's it. I is here. J is under root 25 x to the power 6, y to the power negative 4. Okay, now the thing is, if we would simplify this, we would get 25 x to the power 6 y to the power, in fact, let me just put it in. We would get 25 x to the power 6 y to the power negative 4 to the power negative 1 over 2. And an easier way to simplify this would just be simply applying, oh, sorry, not negative 1 over 2, positive 1 over 2. So we are going to multiply each power with 1 over 2. So what do I mean here is we are going to apply 25 to the power 1 over 2. Okay, x to the power 6 multiplied by 1 over 2, and y to the power negative 4 multiplied by 1 over 2. Okay, so that's going to give me 25 to the power 1 over 2 is equals to under root 25. Okay, so under root 25, as you all know by now, is 5. And x multiplied by 1 over 2 is equals to x to the power 3. Y multiplied by negative 4 multiplied by 1 over 2 is equals to negative 2. So we can even say that this is equals to 5x cubed divided by y squared. And that's our answer. Okay. Now just let me erase this up. We've done the part J, and okay. For part K, what we have is 2x cubed y to the power 3 over 2 raised to the power 4. So this is again the same thing. We apply this power to each and everything. So 2 to the power 4 is equals to 8 to the 16. X to the power 3 multiplied by 4 is equals to 4 3 is 12. And y to the power 3 over 2 multiplied by 4 is equals to, what is 3 over 2 multiplied by 4? I'm sorry, but I do need my basic calculation in this. 3 to the 6, y to the power 6. I'm really sorry about that. But my mental math is a bit weak here. So 16 x to the power 12, y to the power 6 is our answer for here. L for part L, we have under root 9 x to the power 8, y to the power negative 4. Multiply by 8 x to the power 6, y to the power negative 6. By the way, I would suggest if you're solving this exercise, I would suggest that you do not use a calculator here, because in dices and certs are mostly used in paper one. And the thing is, paper one is a non-calculator paper. So it's better that you are familiar with doing these type of things by yourself, not by your calculator. So I would suggest do not use a calculator at all in this exercise. There may be some questions which may require calculator, but I don't think you should use it. Okay, so 9 under root 9 is 3, and x to the power 8, again we are going to multiply 1 over 2 because it's an under root. So x to the power 8 multiplied by 1 over 2 is x to the power 4, and y to the power negative 4 multiplied by 1 over 2 is y to the power negative 2. We multiply this by 8, under root 8 is equals to 2. X to the power 6 multiplied by 1 over 3, because this is a cube root, remember. So x6 multiplied by 1 over 3 is going to be equals to 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So x to the power 2, and y to the power negative 3 multiplied by 1 over 3 is going to give us negative 1. So we can say that it's going to be equals to 3x to the power 3 multiplied by 2. Again, we only multiply the values which are same. Integer to integer, x to x, and y to y. So 3 to the 6, x to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 2. That's going to give me 4 plus 2, 6. And y to the power negative 2 plus y to the power negative 1. So it's going to give me y to the power negative 3. So we can, if we were to write it in a different form, we could say 6x to the power 6 divided by y to the power 3. Okay, that is it for question number 1. For question number 2, we are going to go for part A, which says that under root x cube, sorry, so cube root x multiplied by x to the power 5 which is trapped into a cube root divided by x to the power -2. Okay, so what we get here is x to the power 1 over 3 plus x to the power 5 multiplied by 1 over 3. So it's going to be plus 5 over 3 divided by x to the power -2. Okay, so when we write it in a different form, it's much more simpler for us to solve here. So it's going to be x to the power 6 over 3 divided by x to the power -2. Okay, so, and then what we're going to say is x to the power 6 over 3 is equals to 2. Again, this is this is a negative sign, so we're going to put this up. So minus -2 is equals to x to the power 2 plus 2. And why is that? Because negative multiplied by negative is going to be equals to positive. So we are going to get the answer x to the power of 4. Okay, just close this. For part B, we have x squared multiplied by x to the power 5 in an under root divided by x to the power -1 over 2. Again, simplify this up so that it's going to be easier for you to solve this. So x to the power 2 plus 5 over 2, because it's going to be x to the power 5 multiplied by 1 over 2 divided by x to the power -1 over 2. So if we were to simplify this up, we would get x to the power 2 plus 5 over 2 is going to be, let me just see, 2 to the 4, 4 plus 5, 9 over 2 minus -1 over 2. That would give me x to the power 9 over 2 plus 1 over 2, which is equals to 10 over 2. And what's 10 divided by 2? It's equals to x to the power 5. And that's it. That's our answer for part B. For part C, we have got cube root of x in a square multiplied by under root x to the power 6 divided by x to the power -1 over 3. Again, simplify this up, so it's going to make your life a lot more easier. So as we know, x to the power 1 over 3, because it's a cube root, and 1 over 3 multiplied by 2 is equals to 2 over 3. So it's going to be x to the power 2 over 3 multiplied by x to the power 6 multiplied by 1 over 2, because it's wrapped in an under root. So 6 multiplied by 1 over 2 will give us 3. So x to the power 2 over 3 multiplied by x to the power of 3 is divided by x to the power -1 over 3. Again, these two are being multiplied. So first of all, we are going to add these up. X to the power 2 over 3 plus 3 is going to give us 6 is a 9, 3, 9, 10, 11. 11 over 3 divided by x to the power -1 over 3. Again, as you know, it's going to get, as they're both being subtracted, we're going to say x to the power 11 upon 3 plus 1 over 3, because in the denominator, this has a negative sign. So when this has a negative sign, it goes up and it multiplies by negative, and it again becomes positive. So that's going to give me x to the power 12 over 3, and that is equals to x to the power 4. That is our answer for part C. Part D, let me just get some space. I think this will be enough for part D. Okay. So for part D, we have 3xy whole squared multiplied by under root x to the power 4, y to the power 6, divided by 2x to the power 4, y to the power 3 whole squared. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of simplification in this one. Again, so first of all, 3 squared is equals to 9, x squared, y squared, because we're going to apply the power individually to each and everything. So multiply this by, again, simplify this up, x to the power 4 multiplied by 1 over 2, because we are going to multiply the power of this under root by each and every term which is in it. Okay, so x to the power 4 multiplied by 1 over 2 is going to give us 2. Y to the power 6 multiplied by 1 over 2 is going to give us 3. So divide, that's going to divide by 2 squared, which is 4. X to the power 4 multiplied by 2 is going to give us x to the power 8. And y to the power 3 multiplied squared is going to give us y to the power 6. Now we would like to write this in fraction, in a single fraction. So that would give me 9x squared. So again, multiply the integer by integer, x value by x value, and y value by y value. So there's no other integer. We're going to directly write 9. Then we are going to say that x squared multiplied by x squared is equals to x to the power 4. Y squared multiplied by y cube is equals to y to the power 3 plus 2, 5. Divided by 4 to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 8, y to the power 6. Now we are going to simplify a bit. And the thing is, we see where in the numerator or the denominator is there a greater value of or the greater power of x. So we see that it's x to the power 8 is greater, which is in the denominator. And then again, for y to the power 5 or y to the power 6, y to the power 6 is a greater value. So what we do is we subtract the smaller value of x from the greater value. So it's going to make life easier. So what we're going to do is cut x to the power 4, just write 8 minus 4. We cut y to the power 5 and we write y to the power 6 minus 5. And we simplify this, we get 9 divided by 4, x to the power 4, y. And that is it. That's it. There's no big thing in this. Just simply use your mind. They might look a bit tricky when you first see them, but if you simplify them and solve each and everything step by step, you'll find that these things are a lot easier than they look. Okay, so question number 3. They've told us that 36x to the power 4 whole squared divided by 8 x squared multiplied by 3x is equals to 2 to the power a, 3 to the power b, and x to the power c. And they've told us to find these three values, a, b, c. Now, the thing is, they've simply told us the values of the simplest values we are going to need. So we are going to make our answer in terms of 2, 3, and x. Okay. So first of all, what we're going to do is we are going to simplify this as much as possible. Okay, so we are going to get 36 squared multiplied by x to the power 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Divided by 8x squared multiplied by 3x squared. What we're going to do next is 8 to the 24, x to the power 3. So now what we do is 36 squared divided by 24. Now the thing is, I'm going to take my calculator for this one. I mean, you can solve this by yourself, but I mean, it's going to be easier for me if I do this by my calculator. 36 multiplied by 36 is 1,296. Divide this by 24. We are going to get 54. We cut this down. And what is x to the power 8 minus 3? Okay, because it's dividing. So when there's two things dividing, we just subtract the value. So x to the power 8 minus 3 is equals to 5. Okay, now we have the c value, but we do not have the 2 and 3 powers. How we are going to find it? So the thing is, you may know by now that we have to find out the LCM of these things so that we can solve it. So 54, we find the LCM of 54, and we are trying to make it our first priority that we are going to take the LCM only in terms of 2 and 3, and that's going to give us the most basic answer. Okay, so what we are going to do is simplify to 54, 4, 2 sevens are 14, 2 ones are 2. Sorry, it's not in 2. Look at 3 nines are 27, 3 threes are 9, and 3 ones are 1. Okay, so we have got 3 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 is equals to 54. Okay, so we can say that 3 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 1 multiplied by x to the power 5. That's basically what's happening here. So we can say that a is equals to 1 because that's the value of 2. B is equals to 3 and C is equals to 5. And that's our answer for question number 2. Sorry, question number 3. For question number 4, we have been given under root x to the power -1 multiplied by cube root of y squared divided by x to the power 6 y to the power -2/3. And that is in a under root. Okay, so again, these may look tricky, but we do have to just simplify them. So if we were to simplify this, we would get x to the power -1/2, because -1 multiplied by 1/2 is -1/2, multiplied by y to the power 2 multiplied by 1/3 is 2/3. We divide this by x to the power 6. And what's 6 multiplied by 1/2? Because it's an under root. So 6 multiplied by 1/2 is going to give us 3x to the power 3. And y to the power -2/3 multiplied by, what we're going to multiply it by? 1/2. So that is going to give me -2/6, which is going to further simplify into what? -1/3. Okay. So now we are going to further simplify this up, x to the power negative. So again, we're not going to multiply this value up. What we're going to do is just subtract the values. By the way, before I proceed, for example, if you have something like x squared plus y to the power 3 divided by x to the power 1 plus y to the power 6, you can never ever try to subtract the values of the power, okay? It's going to be incorrect if you're saying that x to the power 2 minus 1 is 1 plus y to the power 3 minus 6 is -3. So this is going to be incorrect because it's adding up. There's no such rule that you can do this in terms of adding. And a lot of people do this mistake. And well, it's not part of mathematics if you do this, okay? So take care of that. Only when you're multiplying can you you have the flexibility of subtracting or adding the power. So now what we're going to do is x to the power -1/2 divided by x to the power 3. So we're going to say that x to the power -1/2 minus 3 and y to the power 2/3 plus, sorry, yeah, plus 1/3. And the reason why I'm adding it here is, if I would simplify this, we are taking the denominator up, so it's going to subtract from it, and as it is already -1/3, so we are going to get a positive 1/3 in the end. So if we were to simplify this up, x to the power -1/2 minus 3, if I were to use my calculator for this, wait a second, -1 divided by 2, 0.5, minus 3 is going to give me x to the power 6, -7/2, and y to the power 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So 3/3, and that's going to give me y to the power 1. Okay, so that's our answer, x to the power -7/2, y to the power 1. And so we are going to find the values of a and b. And if we were to simplify this, a is equal to -7/2 and b is equal to 1. And that's our answer for part question number 4. Okay, so for question number 5, let me just clear some space. Okay, so for question number 5, we are going to say we have the question under root a to the power 4/5 multiplied by b to the power 2/3 and divide this by a to the power -1/5 multiplied by b to the power 2/3. Now, again, the first step you do is to simplify this up. So a to the power 4/5 multiplied by 1/2 is going to give us 2/5, a to the power 2/5. Okay, and then b to the power -2/3 multiplied by 1/2 is going to give us -1/3. Okay, and now we're going to divide this by, as in the question, a to the power -1/5 multiplied by b to the power 2/3. Now the thing is, as it's dividing, we are going to subtract it. So a to the power 2/5 minus -1/5 multiplied by b to the power -1/3 minus 2/3. Now, if we were to simplify this in one form, we would get 2/5 plus 1/5. that would give us a to the power 3 over 5. And then for the power of b, we would get negative. Negative is going to be added up here. So -1 plus -2 is going to give us -3. -3 divided by 3 is equals to -1. So as we are going to compare here, x is equals to 3 over 5 and b is equals to -1. Oh, sorry, y is equals to negative. And that is your answer for question number 5 of exercise 3.1. Okay, so I'll do the rest in the next lecture. Thank you for watching.